San Francisco to New York 2 hours and 20 minutes coming soon. This article first appeared on Reason.com. Really unique in the history of technology is to have a capability and then lose it, says Blake Schall, founder and CEO of the air and space startup Boom Technology. We are going to see renewed progress in air travel. My long-term mission at Boom is to make that happen. When the Concorde made its commercial debut in 1976, it was an engineering marvel that represented the technological promise of the 20th century. But 27 years after its initial flight, the Concorde landed for the last time, ending the era of civilian supersonic travel. Trending, North Korea says it wants peace, but is ready to fight the US with nuclear weapons. So why did the airliner of the future become a museum artifact? The Concorde was always a state-funded white elephant, so when costs went up and ticket sales dropped, the French and British governments who were backing the venture decided to pull the plug and retire the aircraft. Another factor that hobbled the evolution of supersonic flight was an overland speed limit imposed in both the US and Europe. The speed ban was pushed by environmental activists, such as the Anti-Concorde Project and Citizens League Against the Sonic Boom, who claimed this type of aircraft would generate the loudest noise ever heard, the equivalent to a bomb going off. If that was the case, there would have been a noise limit, not a speed limit, says Schall. Don't miss, Donald Trump's exit from Paris climate deal seals his downfall. 14 years after the Concorde was grounded, private companies are on the verge of bringing supersonic air travel back. And this time it will be built on sound economic principles. To circumvent the overland travel ban, Boom Technology's aircraft will mainly fly over water. The company has also devised a new form factor for the plane, a 3-engine jet that can carry up to 55 passengers and fly more than twice the speed of sound. The last British Airways Concorde commercial flight to London leaves New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport on October 24, 2003. British Airways retired the Concorde's commercial flights after flying for 27 years. Alexis Garcia writes that 14 years after the Concorde was grounded, private companies are on the verge of bringing supersonic air travel back. Jeff Christensen, Reuters. My personal favorite feature is a cup holder that is nowhere close to where you put your laptop, says Schall. Boom expects to charge $5,000 round trip from New York to London. A ticket for the Concorde set its passengers back about $15,000 in today's dollars. Most popular, Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull on climate change, eating meat, prog rock group, the Eagles. Schall's company isn't alone in its quest to speed up air travel. It has several private competitors, and NASA is working with Lockheed Martin, an aerospace, defense, security and advanced technologies company, to come up with its own version of a supersonic plane. Related, Newsweek special report, The Future of Aviation. The difference? Boom's demonstrator jet will cost roughly $30 million compared to NASA's plane, which is expected to cost at least $300 million when completed. Private industry is able to do this roughly at an order of magnitude cheaper than government and also without requiring any taxpayer money, states Schall. Related, Richard Branson's plan to bring back supersonic flight. Current regulations will prevent companies like Boom from offering supersonic flights between California and New York. Before they can enter that market, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, would need to overturn its ban on overland travel.